Hey guys, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing my 2024 TBR video. So I did not do a yearly TBR for 2023, but I've seen a lot of people do TBR videos for this year, like do my 2024 TBR. And actually, I think Rachel Catherine did a 2023 one. And then at the end of the year, she actually like went through the ones that she actually read and then the ones that she didn't. And I think that would be really interesting to kind of like do like a year-long TBR, and then at the end of the year be like, which ones did I read? Which ones did I not? When did I read them? That kind of thing. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. First, I'm gonna do my physical TBR books, and then we'll go through either books I don't own yet or books that haven't come out yet, because I have some new releases on my list. And then also, I think I have like one Kindle Unlimited book. I might have a couple more, but I don't remember. So yeah, so first we're gonna get into my physical TBR. So first we have, we are going to be doing the Throne of Glass series this year. I decided I want to start with the Assassin's Blade because I've heard this is a little bit easier to get into the world building if you read this book first. So this is the first one. I think this is just like a bunch of short stories. Okay, yeah, a prequel to the New York Times bestselling Throne of Glass. This collection of 5 novellas explores the history of this cunning assassin and her enthralling and deadly world. So yeah, I really want to get into Throne of Glass this year. I'm almost finished with ACOTAR. I have literally like a little over 100 pages left in A Court of Silver Flames. So once I finish that, I'm going to get into the series and get into this book. So next we have The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. I actually started this year and I bought the audiobook. So we're just gonna get into it and we're gonna read it next year. I might take me the whole year like listening to it and reading it, but we're gonna do it, I swear. Next, we're doing the Cruel Prince trilogy. I definitely missed when this was popular. I think this was really popular like 2020. I was not in my reader era yet, so I did not get into these books, but I've heard a lot of good things from them. I think these are like Haley Pham's favorite books, and the same with Rachel Catherine. I've heard these are really good. I've heard a lot of like differing reviews on them. Some people love these, some people hate these, but I want to get my own opinions. So we have those three, and then these are just YA fantasy books. They're like fairy. I don't really know that much about them. They're fae. I'm pretty sure it's like a human goes into a fae world, so kind of like ACOTAR, but like not really at all. So I don't know. Next, we are going to be rereading Hot House Flower. I don't think I'm gonna reread the whole Addicted Calloway Sisters series. I was thinking about it because I did read Addicted to You and Ricochet this month, but I just decided I'm not going to because I don't really want to, not gonna lie. But this one I definitely do want to reread because this was one of my favorite books in the series, my favorite couple in the series, so we're gonna get back into that world. And I'm so excited. Okay, next we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I want to get like kind of out of my comfort zone this year, so this is definitely one. I think this is a literary fiction. It's also just a tiny little book, so this would be good just to kind of like read in between books, I guess. Next, Persuasion. Like I said, I want to get out of my comfort zone and I want to read more classics. So I actually got this today from Half Price. This cover is so beautiful. But we have that, and then I'm also going to be rereading Little Women. I don't really know if I want to count it as a reread. First time I read Little Women, I was 13 and it was in middle school for a class project. And then obviously like I'm obsessed with the 2018 Greta Gerwig, 2018, 2019. I think it was 2019. I don't remember. The Greta Gerwig Little Woman. I've literally watched it 18 times, something like that. I love that movie so much, so I want to read it again. And I also bought the whole box set of the other 3 books too that are like connected to this book, so maybe we'll read those this year too, but those aren't gonna be on the physical TBR. Next, we have Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This, I'm trying to get through the Sarah J. Maas world this year, so this is going to be on the TBR. I obviously am not going to read this book until I finish Throne of Glass series, so this is probably going to be a while, but it's on there, and it is a brick. Oh, my back hurts. Okay, next we have A Little Life by Hanya. I can't read that last name. But I'm also excited about this one. This is supposed to be very depressing, so get excited for it. But I think I'm gonna wait until the fall to read this because I've heard it's like gives kind of like fall vibes. It's based in New York, so excited. And then last but not least, of the physical books, we have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've heard so many things about this book for so long, and I actually started it on Kindle Unlimited like a couple months ago, and I'm not gonna lie, all of the characters, so when I was reading it, I swear like the first chapter, 15 different people died. Like, not that they like died in the book, but it was like they were talking about people, and like every single one was like, oh, they just died, or oh, their cousin died, or oh, their mom died, or oh, their brother died, or oh, their fiance died. I was like, why are there so many dead people? Like, I thought this was a romance book. Like, what's going on? What's happening? But I want to give it another try, and so I bought the physical version, and we're gonna try it this year. Okay, next we're gonna get into the unreleased ones. So we're just gonna like sit back and chill because I'm gonna pull up my computer and we're gonna read it off my computer. So first we have The Breakup Tour. I don't remember who this is by. It's by the same people that wrote The Roughest Draft. Don't remember, but this comes out January 23rd. I'm really excited because I heard it gives like Swiftie vibes. It gives like the Eras Tour vibes. Literally, I think I saw a TikTok of the authors. I'm pretty sure they were talking about this book and they were saying that it's like giving Eras Tour. Obviously, I will read anything that has to do with Taylor Swift, so also just sounds interesting to me because it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like this act or singer, and she's on her like Eras Tour, like her comeback tour, and she had just broken up with like her very long-term boyfriend, and then I think he like comes on tour with her or something. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. I've also never read anything from those authors. I'm pretty sure they're a married couple, so I'm excited to read it, and I love second chance romance, so I would probably like it. Next we have Magnolia Parks 3 by Jessa Hastings. That comes out February 13th. I'm pretty sure that's BJ's birthday, or is his birthday the 14th? I'm pretty sure his birthday's the 14th, but I think the 14th is a Wednesday, so they're doing the 13th. But I'm so excited. This is the last Magnolia and BJ book. And after what Long Way Home ended on, it's gonna tear me apart. I can already feel it. Like, it's going to just destroy everyone, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. Also, the cover came out like a couple days ago, and I don't know how I feel about it, like the indie cover. Honestly, not gonna lie, I kind of like the other one more than the indie one, but I'm still gonna buy it because I have all the indie covers and I want them to match, but I don't know. Next we have Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. This comes out April 16th. I'm so excited about this one because this is Gibbsy and Claire's book, and literally since Binding 13, I've been like, okay, when are we getting Claire's book? Like, when are we getting Claire's book? Not even like Gibbsy. I'm like, I want Claire. Like, I love Claire. I just feel like Claire is going to be like my favorite character ever. Like, she reminds me, of how I was in high school, and I'm like, I need that book. Like, I need it. Give it to me. And I'm so excited for Gibbsy too. I'm just so excited for Taming 7. And to like get back into that world because I love that book so much. I love that universe so much. Next, we have Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is the second book to the, I don't know what the trilogy is called. I probably doesn't say on here. I don't know, but this is the first one. I don't remember what the trilogy is called, but it's the second one in the trilogy. Oh my gosh. And after how the first one ended, I need the second one. I need to see the second one. So that comes out July 7th, and I'm so excited. Next, we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I'm so excited. I read Happy Place this year, and that was like one of my favorite books that I read this year. And I'm so excited for Funny Story. I honestly don't really remember what it's about, but I'm excited. I've been excited since it got announced. Like before the cover even came out, I was excited because it's by Emily Henry. I know I'm gonna love it. I know I'm probably gonna cry. Like, I'm excited. Give it to me. That comes out April 23rd. So that's like soonish. Not really soonish. It's like 4 months away, but still. All the books that are coming out like in the springtime, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so soon. Baby, that's like 4 months away. I have this like kind of out of order, so I'm trying to find all of the... Okay, next we have Daydream by Hannah Grace. This comes out June 4th. I'm so excited. This is Henry's book. And the girl on the cover is in a folklore cardigan. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Like, I literally cannot wait. Next, we have The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I became a big Sarah Adams stan this year, so I'm so excited for this book. Also, I think this is her first open door book. She is very well known for being a closed door romance writer, which is like just a little bit more like no smut and a little bit more like private with that. So I'm so excited to see how she writes like that intimacy into romance books. Obviously you don't need that in romance books, but that is very common in the genre, so I'm excited to see how she writes them. Is that the last? Okay, that is the last of the books that are going to be released next year on my TBR. So now we just have like non-physical versions. So first is the The Six Olympians. I don't know who this is by. Let me look it up. Okay, this is by Maria Alarcon, I think. It was so hard for me to find this book. So basically 6 months ago, something like that, I saw a TikTok on TikTok, obviously. I think it was by the author, and she did like an edit, and she was like, if you were a Percy Jackson kid, if you were a Harry Potter kid, if you were a Hunger Games kid, like this book is for you. And I was like, what is this book? And it was like showing all these like edits, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. And it was The Six Olympians, and I didn't save it, didn't like it, just kind of like scrolled past it. And then a couple weeks ago, it like got in my head again. I was like thinking about it because the Percy Jackson show came out. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read that book because I'm kind of in my like Greek god era. Not really, but like sort of. And so I like looked it up again, and I was like, I need to read that. So it's basically, I think it's the Titans. It's like 4 Titans, which don't know the difference between the Greek gods and the Titans. So I need to figure that out before I read this book. But it's like, or 6 Titans? I don't remember. What is it about? Okay, so it's like these six Titans, whatever, on their 16th birthday. So they get like sent down to Earth, and then they like become like normal, and then on their 16th birthday they start kind of like figuring out what's going on. Like powers start kind of like happening. So I want to read that because it sounds interesting. Obviously I don't really know what it's about, but I'm excited. So next we have Picking Daisies on Sundays. Again, don't know who this is by, but this is on Kindle Unlimited. And I saw this originally, like probably like a year ago or something. I just saw the cover on TikTok, and I thought it was so cute. And then I saw another edit by the author. Romance authors, or just authors in general, if you want people to read your books, make edits on TikTok, because the amount of times I've like read a book solely because I've seen the author on TikTok talking about it, literally reckless. That's like, or powerless, not reckless, powerless. That's why like originally I got interested in this book, is because I saw Lauren Roberts on TikTok and I was like, oh hey queen, this is your book, like okay cool, let me read it. But yeah, and so Picking Daisies on Sundays is another one, and I saw that it's like very much in your 20s, kind of like romance, like not really knowing what you're doing with your life, and that's where I am right now. So I'm reading all of the books about confused girls in their 20s, because that's what I am. So give them to me. That's what we're gonna read. Okay, next we have Alone with You in the Ether. This is by Olivia Blake. Don't really know much about it, but I know it was like really popular a couple years ago, and it just sounds really good. It sounds really good. It's like a romance book, but it's kind of like more literary fiction and very like poetic, and I love Olivia Blake's writing, even though I have never finished a book by her, but I've like starting reading Atlas 6, and I feel like a romance book by her would be really good, so that's what we're gonna do. Also, I'm pretty sure the Atlas 6 was a Hermione fanfiction, which just makes me love that book even more. Not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, is there any more? Okay, I think the last one is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. Don't know who this is by, but this was really popular. Honestly, this has been really popular for the last couple years. Like, I feel like literally so many people have been reading it. It was one of the top books of this year, like one of the top Goodreads books. I really want to read it. I've seen it a couple times, but I was never really interested in it because I didn't really know what it was about. Literally, people have told me, they're like, oh, it's about people like making a video game, and I'm like, that doesn't sound interesting to me. And then other people who I share like book taste with have read it, and I'm like, and they love it, so I'm like, maybe I'll love it. So that's where we're at. I think I'm gonna read that this year, who knows. Okay, I don't know. So that is my physical TBR for this year. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.